Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina colada,
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden, on the other side of the glass. You know I got that guy. I got that man. He protected some pretty good quarterbacks over at the university over those years and some dead-gum good running backs toting that rock. I got Gabe Kuhn on the other side of the glass. The cool thing is I'm sitting here chilling in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all know Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. They are the bomb diggity. Check them out. But I just wanted to remind all of you wonderful people, if you want to talk a little baseball out of all the days in this world, I'm fired up. I want to talk a little bit of home run derby. People thought I was drunk texting last night. I got some funny texts that were mentioned last night. People were like, oh, you're drunk. You got to stop texting. Because I was like, all right, I know all the NBA Hawks homers out there are going to be mad at me. But, dude, there has never been a dunk contest, an NBA All-Star game, anything close to what I saw. Now, last night I felt was also one of the best of all time. It was the Vladito show. Now, he did not win. Pete Alonso won, and I think it's, kind of actually fitting since Pete Alonso, I believe, is going to win the regular season home run. He's at 30. He's one behind Yelly. I think he's going to win the regular season title. They're going to pitch to him. He's a Met. He's got immense power. But let's just be real. Last night, Jock Peterson and Vlad Guerrero Jr., the Vladito, because of one, since he won, it's the Vladito show. But boy, did Jock put on a show. And the funny thing is everybody's going to sit here and kind of laugh. But I'm going to tell y'all a little statistical fact.
That might be my highlight of the MLB season.
The home run derby?
Yeah, that just might be mine.
It was that good, was it not?
I watch baseball.
Okay.
But game to game is not as interesting to me as it used to be.
I got you.
But yeah, that might be the highlight. That was incredible.
And all right.
All the videos I saw beforehand of Vlad and BP, I sort of knew something was coming, but
dude,
nothing like that, man.
Well, I got to tell you something, okay? All in total last night, there were 8 contestants. All in total, they finished with 312 total home runs. It was a rocket show.
Vlad had 91 of those, I believe.
No. This is what I was getting ready. No. You're exactly right. Not no. Yes. I was like, no. You just took my next thing. No, you're good, Gabe. But what I was going to say is the thing that's fascinating is our buddy Pete Alonso won, okay? Pete won, but Pete won with 57 home runs. Pete won, and he had 3 home runs less than our madman Jock Peterson, who Jock Peterson and Vladito put on the maddest show I've ever seen. It was epic. It was awesome. It was riveting. This was an all-star home run derby. And you're going to laugh when I say this. You're going to laugh really, really hard because a lot of people, especially, I think my buddy Eli Savoy, who's also my boss, might come in here and punch me in the face if he hears this. But I actually miss Chris Berman because last night, dude, when they were going back to back to back to back, I would have just loved to hear him going crazy about Jock Peterson and Vladito.
My problem was Vlad's first round was one of the best. It was the best round
ever.
And yeah,
and they were like,
and they didn't even.
Like they slept through it.
Yeah, they
I'm
didn't
glad
play
you
it
actually
off.
agree with me.
Yeah, there was no attention.
Thank you. Oh, I love
It was too quiet.
I
It was
thought
too
so,
quiet.
too. I
With
thought
Chris
so.
Berman, there was all the excitement. There was good calls. They didn't have that last night.
And you know what? If people say, I'm so tired of back, dude, whatever, dude. You got tired of it because it was there for so long. But damn it, once it was gone, you missed it. It's like that saying, you know, you
It
never
was
knew what
noticeable.
you had till it was gone. No, it was big noticeable. To me, it was so noticeable that I was like, this is messing me up. Like, this is, like, I know Berman, and see,
'Cause
Berman's a
people could've-
football guy, too, by the way. Berman is known as an NFL guy, too. He's not even known for baseball. I mean, all the people I think of for baseball, I mean, even Tim Kirchin. I mean, heck, John Sciambi and all these people, or you even think of, but no, All-Star Game, you think of Chris Berman, and he had it down, and a lot of people hated it, especially my good buddy Eli, I said, who's on before us. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want to know, with the First Bank text line 67129, did you feel like, believe it or not, that you had a kind of second, like, because I kind of agreed with actually Eli for a little bit. I don't know, maybe I got old. I liked Chris Berman, but at the end I started thinking, okay, maybe it's time for some new blood in there. Well, whatever new blood they put in there was no blood in there. I had to basically start getting up and dancing and screaming for Vladito and Jock Peterson and making all the noise. And trust me, I made plenty of it for everybody in the whole entire condo, I'm sure.
I gotta imagine we're not the only ones who noticed this thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, when he was going, you didn't even realize this was the best round by any one player in the home run derby.
Yeah.
You had no idea.
Nope, you had no idea. But by the way, I do want to say, though, it was absolutely crazy, awesome. I enjoyed the All-Star game. I do want to say again one more time, Vlad Guerrero Jr., 91 home runs. Jock Peterson, 60 home runs. Your winner, Pete Alonso, 57 home runs. Some people are upset, but that's just the style and the way they do it, and that's how it is. And what Jock Peterson and Vlad Guerrero Jr. did, I even said, neither one of these guys are going to be able to win it because they're not going to have anything left. They put on a smoke show. They put on the coolest thing I've ever seen, possibly in sports, when it comes to an all-star game. And I need to preface this: the coolest thing I've ever seen for all-star, like all-star. I mean, Bo Jackson, when he jacked that home run and ran up the wall and all that stuff, like, that was awesome. But last night's smoke show and Jock Peterson and Vlad Guerrero Jr., they were the bomb. I did miss Berman. It was a great night. I have to say, baseball looks like it's doing really good. But then I also wanted to bring out something else, and I wanted to say we're going to talk about what Justin Verlander said. We're going to talk about, Bud Selig, who's now been on all the shows and gone around to defend his boy, Rob Manfred, defend the baseball, defend home runs. We also had we got some audio we're going to play here in a minute. I'm excited about that. But before I do that, I also wanted to say, I wanted to congratulate my good buddy Pete Alonso. My buddy Pete Alonso, who did win the home run derby. He also did something that a lot of people in this world, a lot of people do cool things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are very kind. A lot of people are donate, like give. I retweeted a great story about these New York police officers who were called over to a lady who was, caught shoplifting, and they looked in her bag and it was just 3 things of food, The lady started crying and she's just like, I was so hungry. And the men, instead of arresting her, actually bought her lunch. And it was like, thank you. You showed humanity. You know what I'm saying? So there are out there people who do just like really good things and are really, really kind. And I almost feel like that's kind of why Pete Alonso may have been the person who won, because I don't know if y'all know this, but Pete Alonso is a rookie. That means he makes $550,000. It's a lot more than what he was making from the $23,000 that he was guaranteed to make this year. He's making $550,000 guaranteed. But because he won last night, he got $1 million. And a lot of people are going to say, when I say this, I'm going to hear people say, well, he could have given more. Shut up. I've already had somebody tweet at me this, and it pissed me off so bad. The dude is giving 10% of his entire winnings, not including the fact that he's going to have to pay, because this is a bonus. That means you pay 50% tax. You know what I'm saying? So really, he's gonna get $500,000.
But regardless, you could see how ecstatic he was. So happy.
He was so happy, and he's getting the
He
money.
don't make the, he's making what he makes in a year and a night. So.
Correct. But did you see what he also did? He pledged last night to do. Did you see that?
Donate it to charity.
Yep, he's donating $50,000 to two charities, Wounded Warriors, and the other one is about to drive me banana sandwiches. I'm looking for it like a crazy person because I had it written down and now I can't read it. But I know one of them was Wounded Warriors and the other one had to do with like American Heroes or something. But anyway, what I'm saying is he's given $50,000 to both charities. And he's doing it all because he said that, his family, his grandfather and his dad served, and he wanted to give something back to these military families. And, man, I don't know. That stuff kind of touched me. You know what I mean? Like, I've already had somebody that made me so mad. Well, if he really cared, he would have given it all. Again, this is Pete Alonso who won this tournament, okay? This isn't a dude who has a $400 million contract.
This ain't Giancarlo Stanton winning this thing.
Holmes. This is a
He's
dude.
got to keep some of it.
This dude actually literally, like I said, made more. He doubled his entire he's going to get his entire salary after taxes. Okay? So congratulations to Pete Alonso. And then also congratulations to Pete Alonso for being a great human being. Because that, for me, not only was the smoke show awesome, Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Jock Peterson, most exciting round of batting practice I've ever seen in my life. Like, I got mesmerized. Like the year that Josh Hamilton went banana sandwiches. It kind of reminded me of that, but this was better because it was two dudes going crazy. I mean, this was...
What is more impressive, though? I like the 10
Josh
outs,
Hamilton,
being able to do that with 10 outs.
I can't remember exactly how it worked. I need to look at the thing because I remember that like the new rules and the old rules are totally different. They did an out system and more versus
Definitely
time
like
now.
definitely like that.
And I think he hit something like 20 home runs without making an out consecutively.
22
consecutive. Like to hit 22 consecutive home runs is pretty dope. You know what I mean?
Oh, not a question.
Like, and by the way, also
but
you got to give love to the pitchers because
Yeah.
you watch the guys like, man, Vladito, my man was throwing it right in the same spot every time, and Vladito was just unloading on the ball.
Poor Matt Chapman, man.
Dude, he couldn't get a dude to throw the strike,
Yeah,
could he?
he couldn't.
Bell had a lot of trouble, too.
Yeah, there was a couple.
Talked a
guys.
lot about Bell. He looked like
the hometown
absolute...
Carlos Santana too.
Santana was a nightmare.
All the guys that struggled
had bad
pitching.
And I've always said this. You better like the 1 year when Robinson Cano won it with his dad pitching. I was saying to myself, people don't realize how impressive and awesome that is because the pressure on the pitcher, and this is something that you need to do. The guys that are usually pitching are they're pitching, like they throw batting practice every single day, 20 dead gum years. That's what they do. They know how to throw a baseball. They throw it to the same spot. They know what the guy likes. Bing, bang, boom. They're awesome.
That was Pete Alonso's cousin pitching to him.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. So
I keep
we saw
stealing it from you.
Hey, I don't mind.
Dang.
So you saw Cano's daddy, and then like last night you get to see him go and bring in his cousin, and I'm just like, damn, I'm loving this. So again, I wanted to say I loved last night, every sense of the word, and I don't even care if Justin Verlander wants to go on a rant about the baseballs being juiced, chicks dig the long ball. You can call all of us idiots. I went through this back in the 90s when everybody was talking about steroids. They first said the ball was juiced. Then they finally got around to the whole steroid thing. But now they're trying to say that the ball wasn't juiced then. Now the ball's juiced today. I've already said this 1,000 times. I have brought 2 baseballs into work. Showed Gabe, I think you were here, or maybe it was Drew. I know they're in my car. I got a baseball, a regular baseball, which has got its raised seams because regular baseballs have raised seams. It helps the ball break. Also does slow the ball down if you're throwing a fastball, by the way, because of, friction against the air. But anyway, point is that, I don't know how these guys hit these amazing pitchers. If you watch a baseball game, spend a good afternoon and watch a baseball game. Watch Justin Verlander. Watch some of these great pitchers. Watch, these guys come in and throw 100 miles an hour. Watch the average fastball, which is now over 94 miles an hour. The specialty pitchers, like, teams who throw bullpens on bullpen days, and like you got 6 different pitchers coming out at you. These hitters are amazing, and they're in the best in the world. But I'm gonna just say right to you, or like simply, it's simple to me. Where baseball is, it's like the reason there's so many home runs, Justin, is because you can't string together 5-6 consecutive hits because y'all are so damn good. They got to swing for the fences. Now, I want them to bunt more when they got guys and runners in scoring position, because then you can get a hit, and it doesn't have to be a home run, and it does drive me crazy.
I don't
There
doubt-
can be a little bit of half of you can go halfway version of it. But do you see how many strikeouts? And it's not just because they're swinging for the fences. It's, again, because these pitchers have upped their game. They are so damn good compared to where they were even in the 80s.
But I don't doubt that the ball is completely different.
I think it is
When
different.
you look at the uptick,
I think
it
it
is wild, man.
And bad.
We had a year that there's 6,000 home runs. There's been, that's never happened.
3,000. We're going to have
They're
it.
going to beat it this year.
They're at 3,700 here at the All-Star break, just to like a couple underneath it. They're going to be there right after the first day of after the All-Star break. And they are going to break the record this year. And the thing that's also fascinating to me is I don't know if anybody's going to get to 61. I don't think we're going to have a Roger Maris year. I think we're going to have a lot of 50s and 40s. And we're going to have so many people in the 40s, 30s, and 20s that it's going to make. I mean, look at the teams. I mean, have you looked at the Twins? I mean, I think Eddie Rosario's still leading their team, and I think they're leading the league in baseball. I have to look that up. They were at one point, and then they missed. They don't have one dude who's like got 30 home runs like Pete Alonso. You know what I mean?
They
Or
have a
Christian
bunch of
Yelich.
dudes in double digits. That's
I mean,
how all those
when
home
you
run
got
hitting
Jonathan
teams are now.
Scope batting 8th and Byron Buxton who bats 9th, and he doesn't even hit home runs, and both are in double
But
digits.
realistically, you don't get the 60 home run years anymore. That's steroid era type stuff.
Yep, it really is. But what I'm saying
But the fact is they're
it
hitting
should
more
show
than then.
more love to that number again. That number should come back. But I guess because of Barry Bonds, it never will it? It'll never seem important.
50 is huge nowadays. That's crazy. That's a crazy year. Back in the day, 60, 73. Could you
it is
imagine? No
crazy.
way that could happen again, honestly.
Well, I'm fired up, and I got to tell you all a few things, okay? So today I haven't really downloaded completely everything that's going down because it's going down for real today. I got everything. I got everybody and their grandmother up in this place. You know what I'm saying? Up in here, up in here. I got Tri-State Defenders. Lee Smith going to join me. Also got my good buddy Rob Fisher. That's right. Rob Fisher's going to join me today. He's going to come in here with Rebecca. I am fired up. I'm going to finally get to meet her. And we're going to talk about Empower Sports Group. We're going to talk about what she's doing. But she is an amazing person. I'm going to find out about her. I'm going to find out about their agency. I'm going to find out about how this entrepreneur, lawyer, agent, amazing person is going to change the landscape. And we're going to see what's going down in the world. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, I get to rap with Fish. So I'm fired up about that. Now, again, Lee's going to join me, but before we do that, I want y'all to hear this audio. My man Gabe got this. Who is this again?
This is Rob Manfred, and he was on the Golick and Wingo show.
That's what I was wondering. He was on
It was yesterday, and this was sort of before the Justin Verlander comments. We'll tell you exactly what Justin Verlander said after this, but this was Rob Manfred on Golick and Wingo.
Uptick in home runs, the number of strikeouts, this new emphasis on the game. What do you attribute to the uptick in home runs to, and do you think it's in the best interest of baseball the way it's gone?
Well, let's start with home runs. It's easy to get carried away with you have too many home runs. Let's not forget, our fan data suggests fans like home runs. Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. We think what's been going on this year is attributable to the baseball. Our scientists that have been now studying the baseball more regularly have told us that this year the ball has a little less drag. It doesn't need to change very much in order to produce, meaningful change in terms of the way the game's played on the field. We're trying to understand exactly why that happened and build out a manufacturing process that gives us a little more control over what's going on. But you have to remember, our baseball is a handmade product. And there's going to be variation year to year.
Are pitchers complaining?
Yeah.
I would imagine they
The quick answer to that is yes.
It's interesting. It's about competitors, though. They don't complain so much about the fact that, X, Y, or Z hit a home run off them. What they say to you is it feels different to them, that the baseball has a different feel to them. I went back and forth with by text with a very prominent major league pitcher recently, and that's input that's helpful to us.
Sure.
The touch and feel of it is important, and they do complain about the feel being a little different.
Interesting stuff there. Now, it's kind of also interesting how Bud Selig went on. He made the rounds. I don't know if you got to see him. Not even though did he do the ESPN, Fox Sports. He went to and was talking with the Fox Business News and CNN and Fox News. You know what I mean? He was doing some very weird interviews, I thought. And it was kind of weird how Bud was coming to the defense of this baseball.
They own Rawlings. They own the company that makes their baseball. So I don't doubt it. After what Manfred said, and he's sort of attributing every bit of this home run uptick to the balls, I think what Justin Verlander said holds a little bit true. I mean, I think
it does. But again, I would challenge anybody. And what I'm trying to say is go watch the games today. And yes, we are having a huge uptick in home runs. The game, I think, is in a good place. I'm enjoying watching them. I like them. But these pitchers, they are throwing 100 miles an hour. Everybody and their grandmother has them. Do you know what I mean? There's not one team with a guy who throws 100 miles an hour. Every deadgum team has a dude who has triple-digit fastballs. Like for every guy out there who is a Kyle over for Chicago, who's about throwing 89 miles an hour on the corner. There's a dude who's a Jordan Hicks Aroldis Chapman, who's out there throwing 100-plus miles an hour. And, Kyle Hendricks is a pitcher. And that's why he's lasted so long, and that's why he got that big, fat contract. Because he doesn't throw, and he's not going to break your mitt. He's not going to hit triple digits, but he is a pitcher. But that's almost becoming a lost art because we are seeing more of these guys who just want to come out there and they just want to rear back and throw it as hard as they freaking can. And that's another reason why you're seeing so many Tommy John surgeries. But anyway, we'll be on that all day long, all day strong. It's time to talk a little bit of Grizz, a little NBA action. I got to say, last night's home run derby my opinion, was the best home run derby I've seen in my lifetime. It was awesome. I thought it was the best all-star moment of any sport that I've seen in my lifetime, including the dunk contest with Jordan and all them. I just want to know how y'all feel. Hit me up at the First Bank text line. Was last night Vladito and Jock Peterson, them going back-to-back was just that was, I've never seen anything like that. It was flat out amazing. You're never going to hear anything like this. Coming up next, I got my man Lee Smith from the Tri-State Defender, and in studio, I got my man Rob Fisher. That's right. We're going to just play some games for the next half hour, and then Rebecca Alderman's going to come in. We're going to talk about some little Empower and all this stuff. And Miss Adelman's going to tear everything up. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait to do it. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
The Acura Summer of Performance event is going on now at Acura of Memphis. Test drive one of our award-winning models today. Each packed with cutting-edge technology, luxurious amenities, and a driving experience that's sure to awaken your inner self. Driving shouldn't be a chore. It should be an adventure. Advance your drive today. Shop our aggressive lease and finance options now. The thrill is waiting at Acura of Memphis. Shop online 24/7. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
University Plastic Surgeons is proud to offer Cool Sculpting at 25% off. Freeze away your fat with the world's #1 non-invasive fat reduction treatment. You'll see results without surgery or downtime. Cool Sculpting is FDA cleared, safe, and effective. University Plastic Surgeons offers this simple in-office treatment. This non-invasive 45 to 60-minute procedure can actually be performed on your lunch hour. 25% off treatments until July 31st. Go to utuniversityplasticsurgeons.com or call today to schedule your consultation. 350-4858. 350-4858. Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches, 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Driving is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to control your destiny, and to choose your path. And now, that freedom fits in the palm of your hand. It's called Ford Pass, the only app that gives you roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance that gives you, well, more freedom. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving, built Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about getting flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
This Friday, join Greg and me from 10 till 1 for Sports 56 Middays at Town Village Audubon Park at the corner of Park and Cherry. We'll have complimentary barbecue from Three Little Pigs for lunch and lots of prizes, including free golf with a cart at Wedgwood Golf Club and more. That's Sports 56 Middays with Greg and me this Friday from 10 to 1. Town Village Audubon Park, located at 950 Cherry Road at the corner of Park Avenue. We hope to see you there with Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know I'm y'all's pusher man, and guess who I'm pushing on, y'all? Not just Gabe Kuhn. I got my man, the myth, the living legend, the Rob Fisher in studio. What's up, Fish? How's life?
Long-time listener, first-time in-studio guest.
Ah!
How are you, man? It's good to see you.
This is the first time I think you've been my in-studio guest,
I think so.
isn't
I've been
it?
on the phone with you a bunch, but
Yeah.
I think first time with you in studio.
That is kind of weird. Now the studio's also changed a lot since you've been gone.
Yeah, it has a little bit. Things got rearranged a little bit. Looks
Yeah.
good.
It's
And
kinda-
we're on the Facebook Live.
Oh yeah, and we're on the Facebook Live so people can see how beautiful I am. Pretty
That's
gorgeous.
why
aren't
I think they did it. Yes.
You think that's the reason?
Yeah.
And they're like,
certainly.
man, Peter is so gorgeous, hard and so
Yeah,
hot.
yeah.
We're going to throw Gaston and Eli, those beautiful, beautiful, bright
Show
smiles.
the Gaston guns. Yeah,
Those guns.
absolutely, man.
See, I don't know if they see the guns, though.
Well, they should.
They got to just show his
If they don't,
guns.
he needs to scoot back a little bit.
That is true. But I do also have to bring in, this is what's so exciting because this is where I talk with, on Tuesday, my good buddy Lee Smith from the Tri-State Defender. Lee, how is life treating you today?
Oh, man, it was doing good until I figured out just now I need to go and change shoes so my shoe game can keep up with Fish.
What's up, Lee?
What's happening, Fish? You doing good, brother?
I'm doing very well, man. It's been pretty active here recently. I was thinking about it today. If John were to ask me the question of name the Grizzlies roster, I don't know if I could do it right now.
Oh, I know I could not do it.
And I was
But
trying to
you're-
think. I was trying to think of it driving in the car, and then I couldn't even remember Brandon Clark. I had to go to Twitter, and I was like, "What is that kid's name?" I was like, "It's Brand something." And then I was like,
Brand from the north.
Here.
He's the new king of Westeros. That's all you
Yeah.
need to know.
Exactly.
He's the king of the north.
I like that. I
Oh,
like
man,
that.
It's good to be on the show.
Man, it's good to have you, but you got to help both of you two guys. Maybe can help explain something to me. What is this Tyus Jones stuff that's going down? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I am a layman, especially talking to you two about NBA. But I can tell you right now, this to me, and I believe in, like, in climbing, we trust. Zach is the man. Don't get me wrong. Zach, you're great. I don't get Tyus. Can you explain why we want to bring another little young guy with a young guy in John Morant? Uh-oh.
Lee?
Well, my takeaway has been this, namely, and this is kind of the way I'm approaching it for this week's print edition, is what it appears to be going on. And Fish, you may have more inside knowledge on this than I would. But my takeaway, just kind of looking at the moves the Grizzlies have made over the past month, is, with all respect to the grit and grind era and what Mike and Tony and Zach and Mark were able to get done over the past 7 years, this front office seems determined to respect the past, but to kind of sever all ties to it. In other words, it almost appears like the only players left on the roster from at any point when Chris Wallace was the GM is going to be maybe Dylan Brooks, maybe Kyle Anderson, and maybe, I forgot the third guy.
Ivan Rabb.
We ran it. Right, Ivan Rabb, right? And, they're all good young players, but, if you are trying to make a clear distinction and say, okay, this team, it has nothing to do with what you've been watching over the Grizzlies for the past several years. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole new thing. And just to show you, here's a whole bunch of players that you've never seen before, just so you understand it's a whole different thing that we're rolling out to you. And in that regard, especially with Tyus Jones being a bit younger than DeLon, again, you put a whole bunch of young guys together and let them kind of compete and sort it out, and hopefully you hit a good chemistry experiment here. Fish?
I think, John, you said one thing, young.
And everybody and their grandmother's young.
Who could be there for a long time. Here are a couple of numbers, too. Plus, it's not like DeLon was old. I mean, if you're talking about having a veteran.
27 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, he's that long-time veteran. Heck,
But
he's
he's
got
a
more playing
lot
time last
older.
year than he had in a while.
Yeah, he's got a lot. I just felt like compared to Tyus, he's got a lot of experience.
Okay, but here are some numbers from Tyus, and this from Ross Wooden, PR
Love
assistant
Ross.
with the Memphis Grizzlies. Assist to turnover ratio last year was first in the NBA, 6.96 to 1.
Okay.
First player in NBA history to average 4.5 or more assists per game and less than a turnover per game. First player in NBA history. One of six players ever with an assist percentage of over 25 and a turnover percentage of under 9. The others, Michael Jordan, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Brandon Roy, and Kemba Walker.
Whoa.
Dude, I mean, kid's got some skills.
Ross dropping bombs on folks, dude. Kid must have some skills. And then you know what?
And to DeLon's credit, I mean, DeLon wants to start. And that would have cost you a lot of money to have as a backup point guard who is relatively young. And so now I think with this and to hear at least what Tyus is talking about, how excited he is to come to this franchise, I think it's great. And hopefully by, 10 o'clock tonight, that everything is official.
It's kind of interesting how nobody likes playing in Minnesota. Like, what's up with that?
I would love to play in Minnesota. I would take a 10-hour contract to play in Minnesota.
Well, I'd take any
That's
contract
gotta
for
be
the
good
money
for at
to
least
play in
$2,000,
Minnesota.
$3,000,
Yeah,
right?
no question. I mean, I'd take any contract to play in Minnesota for any length of time just for the contract. But they're not going to win. Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins are not winners. They're just not.
Ah, I see. Now, I got to ask you, since we are going so young, when you look around and you got Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr., and you got, of course, Brandon Clark,
Brandon Clark, yes.
Yes, just making sure you know, and Tyus, and again, we got all these young pieces. I mean, JV is still very, very young as a centerpiece, realistically. I mean, I like it with what you're saying, though, but does that maybe when you want to keep like that one veteran we have, Andre Iguodala, to kind of like maybe like keep the young fellas in check or something? I mean, do you need somebody to teach somebody how to be a professional athlete?
I think it's always wise, I think, to have, seasoned veterans in the locker room because you do everybody. Let's not forget that Taylor Jenkins, he's a grown man, but he's also a rookie head coach himself. And so, when you have that presence in the locker room where you have somebody with the kind of career that, Iguodala's had, not just being in the league for 15, 16 years now, not just winning a championship, but being a finals MVP. And then, of course, everywhere he's gone, he's earned a reputation for having a ridiculous basketball IQ. And you can never have, I think, too much of that in a locker room. That said, at this point, there has to be a legit question for him as to whether or not this is where he would want to spend, this part of his career as it seems to be winding down, or if he wants to be, on a championship contender. The Grizzlies aren't under any, mandate to respect if he wants to be bought out or traded. But you also don't want to have a reputation of, having, I think, guys who are disgruntled because they want to be in a different situation. That couldn't, my hunch is Iguodala wouldn't be toxic in that way, but if you can avoid, that situation altogether, that would seem to make some sense as well. But I am hopeful that they do keep a few of these veterans because I think you need some, just to get those couple of wins that otherwise might go the other way.
Now, I have to know this too, though. Or go.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know Jay Crowder, but Jay Crowder seems like a guy who has an opportunity to be that type of guy. And I agree with you, Lee, on Iguodala. But I think, as you said, to me, in your best interest would be to have a conversation with Andre Iguodala. Sell him on the idea of we will deal you, but now with Kawhi going to the Clippers, the West is wide open, the East is wide open. You can help us here in the short term, and come trade deadline, we can see where the league is at and what situation best fits you, and we will deal you to help you out and find you a contender. We promise you that. Now, he might return and say, this is going to be my last year. I'd rather spend a whole year with a team like the Lakers. I'd rather do that. Then you try to make a deal to try and send him away. But you can't just waive him because that money you can get more assets in return, and some team is going to want him. So I think you try and sell him on staying. I'd love to have him around for the young team. I think a great championship experience, a winning experience, a guy who's just done it all in the NBA. Love to have him around and love to have that leadership in the locker room. But if he's not up for it, I'd do everything I can to move him now. But hopefully he's up for it, and maybe he's good for sticking around until the deadline. I don't know.
All right. Now, I got to talk about something that is not as serious as what we just talked about. It's kind of almost comical. I talked about if this city can fall in love with Mario Chalmers, the guy that literally ripped out Memphis's heart. How can they literally hate a guy that tripped everybody for Duke? He didn't even do anything to Memphis. Like the day that they got Grayson Allen, I've never seen more texts come in about, oh, my God, like they couldn't stand him. Did you see him ball last night? Dropped 17. He's like he's a summer league MVP. Let's go, Grayson Allen. And can he ever be loved in Memphis?
And he's got some hate in him. He's one of those guys that if he's yours, you'll love him.
That's what I was thinking.
If he's not yours, you hate him.
Didn't he already get a technical in summer league?
He's got more technicals than Mike Conley as a member of the Grizzlies.
What?
Got one in like the first 5 minutes of his first summer league game. Mike Conley never had one.
Never.
Grayson
ever.
got a technical.
Right.
People will. I hope he can play. We don't know. We're still kind of waiting to see what his career is going to turn out to be. He got some good minutes last year with the Jazz at the end of the year. Had a big game. Scored 4. By the way, how about this little nugget that I found out yesterday? Of everyone on the Grizzlies roster, with the exception of Dwight. Let's just not count Dwight. But everyone else on the Grizzlies roster, who has the highest scoring game of their NBA careers? And the answer is Grayson Allen, who had 40 last year. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. How about that? So hopefully he can play. And if he can play, I think he's a guy that you'd love to have on your team.
See, I think all those people, I told them that day when they were texting in, I'm like, dude, this is a guy that I promise you, after like 5 games, people are going to actually start buying his jersey and stuff, and you're going to see that, like, you're going to see a Grayson Allen jersey in the, the arena, and people aren't going to be scared to actually wear it because, like, the way they were texting, I'd almost be scared to walk outside of Sports 56 like with one on. The
his
way they
first
were
hard foul or dive for a loose ball, you'll like him.
Oh, it's going to be
right.
wild.
Yeah, I think as long as, again, as long as he can play, and, he has something of a reputation, so to speak, of, maybe feeling kind of privileged or whatever, and as long as he comes into Memphis and works, it shows he's not above, like you said, diving on the floor, hustling on defense, at some point, I mean, we think about it, like, 10 years ago we were saying similar things about J.J. Redick, like everybody loved to hate J.J. Redick. How many times would we have appreciated having J.J. Redick pull up for a 3 at the end of a quarter or the end of a game? So, I could see, again, if he can play, and again, the trajectory of the franchise seems to be, they're all young. We know they're young. Let's get them out there and let them run and figure it out.
If he can be Patrick Beverley, how excited would you be about it? And how much do you hate Patrick Beverley when he plays against you? But I'd love to have him.
Exactly. And the other thing you got to think about is, and again, we won't see this until the fall, but the stat sheet or the scouting report on Ja Morant is that he tends to make players around him better. So if he can kind of, help elevate Grayson's game, then, that's even all the better.
Man, I could talk all day long, all day strong, but Gabe's getting really big, and I got to pay a few bills. And I'm going to tell you something, Lee. I appreciate you jumping on with me. Remind all the people this week. I don't think you have a special edition. Last week was special. It came out a little bit early. You dropped in the regular Thursday this week.
Yes, we'll be hitting the presses on Thursday this week, the new Tri-State Defender. I am working on a piece now about the Grizzlies and about, kind of this, where the franchise stands, because remember, it was just a month ago where so many things were still, we knew what this franchise was, and now we don't. And, it's kind of exciting to look at. So I'll be covering that on the sports page. And also, Hamilton is in town starting this week. So I'm working on something about that as well.
Can you get tickets?
I'm surprised you just didn't hang up on him.
If I go and get better shoes, I can. So
I'll trade you shoes for tickets.
Let me hold on to those turquoise and orange ones you got somewhere in there.
You got it.
Dude, I love you, Lee, man. I love the article on about Grizzlies, the deal to write to the Mavs, the sign and trade. I love all your work at the Tri-State Defender. I love your videos that you do. I just love everything over there. Go check them out. It's tsdmemphis.com. Old school people, try-statedefender.com. I'm just an old school guy. I always do that. I can't get out of it. But it's just tsdmemphis.com. Lee Smith. Get the edition on Thursday and always check them out online. Lee, I'll talk to you next Tuesday, my man.
Thanks for having me on the radio, Fish. It's good to be on, man. I feel privileged.
Thanks, Lee. Good to hear you, man.
That was awesome. My man, Lee. Now, also got to remind you, I have a new sponsor in Memphis Farmers Insurance, my man Chad Gatlin. He's got this bad boy, memphisfarmers.com, auto, home, life, business. He's got you. You got a new gig at Empower Sports Group. We're going to be talking with Miss Rebecca Edelman today at 2 o'clock. That's going to be something very interesting. But before that, in the next segment, we're going to talk a little juice baseballs. Going to talk about a little sports, a little home run derby action, a little Whitey Verlander maybe.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Stupid. Coming up next, don't you dare touch that dial. It's me, it's Fish, and it's going to be fun right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
The Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Only on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Driving is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to control your destiny, and to choose your path. And now, that freedom fits in the palm of your hand. It's called Ford Pass, the only app that gives you roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance that gives you, well, more freedom. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving, built Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about getting flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
Take a step toward updating your home with exclusive life-proof vinyl plank flooring from the Home Depot, starting at just $2.99 a square foot. It locks together for easy installation. It's waterproof, scratch-resistant, and comes in a variety of trendy styles with over 40 colors to choose from. That's a step in the right direction. Today is the day for doing with life-proof vinyl plank flooring starting at just $2.99 a square foot. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden, other side of the glass, the man who has blocked for many years some great quarterbacks over at Memphis, my great buddy Gabe Kuhn, and one heck of a producer, keeps this thing running kind of smooth. Speaking of running smooth, all the way we're going to run up real smooth because I got Rob Fisher, that's right, the Rob Fisher, the one with the styling and profiling shoes, the one sideline reporter with the Grizzlies, the one who's also, I think you got a little something coming up special kind of you wanted to maybe tell me about, or maybe I'm putting you on the spot. Maybe you didn't want to tell me.
We'll have an announcement next week.
Oh, you'll have an announcement. Oh,
I'll be appearing next week.
You're going to do that to me, I see.
Yeah, there'll be an announcement next week.
Yeah, I know how Fish is. I couldn't get it out to him. But anyway, me and Fish, we're going to rap about some great stuff. Hit us up at the First Bank text line at 67129. And please make sure if you got any questions or want to rap, hit us up at 901-360-8255. Or if you're in a hotel, in jail, 888-360-8255. I used to say that all the time, and I never thought it, and I meant to bring it, and I think it's in my car. But Fish, you know, I always said, you know, hit me up, 888, and if you're in jail, reach out to me. I had somebody from jail actually write me a letter.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they're listening to me. Shout out to the Peanut Farm, man. What's up, man? And they wanted to tell me about all the bad atrocities that I need to bring to light, and I just had to say, well, sorry, can't do it right now. But anyway, point is, I'm going to get to what we're really going to rap about. And I want to know about Justin Verlander, who has one of the most beautiful wives in the world. He is a Cy Young Award winner. He's a world champion. And he sounds like he's got a chapped, you know what? I don't understand why he has to complain when he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Yes, we are in a different era. They are hitting home runs at an unbelievable pace, but people are also loving the game. It's putting more money in his pocket. Where's the problem at? But by the way, like the money in his pocket also helped him get that pretty lady on his arm.
Right.
So,
well, everybody says that the ball. Everybody blames the ball.
The ball.
The ball is
it
the
can't
problem.
be the fact that they're throwing, faster, and these guys are like 6'4", 250.
No, I'll say the ball could be part of the problem, only because it evolves. It evolves through the years, like every other sport. Football. 20 years ago, you think a football felt the same as it does today?
Not a chance.
No. 20 years ago, were they replacing the football every few downs and putting a new one in play?
Nope.
No. In baseball, 40 years ago, were they bringing out a new ball every time there was contact with a bat? No. They're using new balls for every single pitch they throw, just about. Well, at least if there's contact or contact with dirt, they will throw the ball out and play with a brand new baseball. That didn't used to be the case either. Gloves are different. Bats are different. Bats are lighter than they used to be. I mean, the bat has changed drastically. Year to year
what it's made out.
And the players have changed. When I was playing in college, it was like it was in the big leagues. I mean, not even like that. I mean, we had one guy who hit 20 homers. We'd have another guy that had 12, maybe a guy with 10, have a few with 8, and then you'd have guys with 3, 2, or 1 on the season. Like in the big leagues, you used to have shortstops who would hit 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 home run in a season, and you'd have second basemen who hit maybe 8 or 10 with the exception of a guy like Ryan Sandberg. Catchers couldn't hit. Catchers couldn't hit the long ball. But then what happened? We got guys who started playing baseball who were jacked up to hit the long ball. It's changed. The game has changed, just like football has changed, just like every sport has changed.
Golf.
Baseball players, the athletes themselves have changed from what they used to be. The game used to be hitting for average and stealing bases.
They don't bunt anymore.
They don't steal bases anymore.
I saw a squeeze twice this year, and I think it's I don't think I'll see 2 in the second half.
And they don't steal. Guys used to steal 100 bases.
Yeah, they don't.
100.
Do you remember Ricky back in the day? I am the greatest.
Guys used to be drafted because they were fast. That's it. They'd be drafted because they were fast. And you could figure out how to get them on base. Whether they bunt, whether they try and get a little slap single,
just get on back.
Whether they walk, whatever. You just try and get them on or maybe pinch run. But guys used to be drafted because they were fast. You're not drafting fast guys today. Now you're drafting hulks who can bash the ball out of the park. And pitchers are... And Verlander's an idiot because pitchers are better too. Pitchers, Stat says it all the time in the afternoon. Every week you feel like there could be a no-hitter. And when you watch baseball every week, it feels like you're close to having a no-hitter because the pitchers are great. The hitting for average is down. Home runs are up. Game has changed. That's all it is. Ball has changed too. It's called evolvement. This piece of paper in front of me, 20 years ago, paper didn't feel the same. Paper's different. Everything's different now than it used to be.
They even tell me that
over it.
cannabis back in like the 60s wasn't as strong as what the kids are smoking today. Like
I would argue.
Things evolve.
I'm going to be honest.
Things
I would
evolve.
argue, yes, it's evolved, but I don't know if it's helped the game. I don't know if it's helped the younger generation catch on.
I think people love the game. I think
I
people
do
love
too.
the
Compared
long
to
ball
the game.
because it makes more stars in the game. You're a home run hitter, you're a star.
I would venture to say ratings have been down, but I'll go look at them. I just feel like the excitement with the younger generation about baseball is not quite what it used to be.
But that's just because young people are different. They got
And
their
it's
head in
because
their
baseball
phone and
cards aren't what they used to
Yeah,
be.
baseball cards used to be like, dude, that used to
Baseball
be like,
cards
you
was
saved
like
your
fantasy
money-
sports back then.
You saved your money to buy baseball cards.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that's why I used to save all my money for.
And get a little piece of gum, too.
Yeah, and that piece of gum that nobody would ever eat. It was disgusting. You'd like dare people to eat it. But anyway, things do change and evolve, and you've changed and evolved. You've changed to Empower Sports Group. And we're about to talk to the entrepreneur, the lawyer, the owner, the president, Miss Rebecca. She's in studio, actually.
Mhm.
This is coming up next.
I'm going to get off camera, I think. Oh, no, we have 3, don't we?
We got 3, baby.
All right, cool.
I'm going to go tell Brian to put on 3, baby. Get ready to watch some mad stuff on TV, baby. This is awesome. But whatever y'all do, whatever you can do, you can't touch the dial. You can take a little break for a minute. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. All 3 of us will be right back. We're in studio and we're ready to rock. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Frontier Western Store's world-famous boot showroom is waiting for you. With aisles and aisles of boots in one easy spot, you will find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Everyone loves Ariat boots, and Frontier has over 1,000 pair in that brand alone. Come grab a pair of rugged work boots like the Workhog, or discover an everyday classic in Ariat's Rambler. Tons of other brands as well: Rocky, Dan Post, Red Wing, Durango, Justin, Twisted X, and many more. Frontier constantly restocks and refreshes their lineup of boots, so you're certain to walk out of the store happy in your new comfortable footwear. They have a wide assortment of sizes available for men, women, and children. Work, dress, or play, Frontier's knowledgeable staff will cheerfully help you find the perfect fit. It's boots galore at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated, you know it, since 1967.
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and ConnectKey app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 888-814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com. XMC, excellence in office solutions.
Gun enthusiasts in the Mid-South know all about guns and ammo at 3615 Summer and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven, because they carry the largest selection of both guns and ammo in the area. They are authorized dealers of Colt, Benelli, CZ, Smith & Wesson, Glock, Ruger, Sig Sauer, Bergara, and a lot more. If you or someone you know is looking for something for self-defense, competition, hunting, or just something that goes boom, then get to Guns and Ammo, 3615 Summer in Memphis and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven.
Hi folks, Rob Walker, Infiniti of Memphis, and we've got a new Infiniti crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like 2 engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infiniti has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And QX50 MSRP starts at only $36,550, which is less than its Acura, Audi, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
MSRP excludes destination charge, tax, title, license, and options. Infiniti of Memphis or online at infinityofmemphis.com.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe, unlimited inventory, every make and model, and if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Sundays and Mondays are special at the Butcher Shop, celebrating over 35 years of serving the Mid-South by giving a big thank you to you, their loyal customers. You can come in, relax, watch your favorite games, and enjoy hand-cut steaks along with a premium bar. Sunday and Monday nights from 5 until 8:30, you can get select entrees for $25. That includes a salad, baked potato, and bread, and you don't have to pick one, you get all three. Some of those entrees are 10-ounce New York strip steak, slow roasted prime rib, Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, marinated grilled chicken breast, grilled boneless pork chops, and crab stuffed shrimp. Plus, all appetizers and desserts are 20% off. Don't forget, Hamburger Friday every Friday from 11 to 2. It's the best. The Butcher Shop, always a Memphis tradition. Call 901-757-4244, 901-757-4244 for more information, or just stop in at 107 South Germantown Parkway in Cordova.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56 and 87.7 FM anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook for information on breaking news, station events, big guests, and opportunities to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter today. Your home for the Ole Miss Rebels. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here. Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, a man that eats meat so rare, he only eats unicorns. Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know how excited I am. It's 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, but today is a special Tuesday. I got Empower Sports Group in-house. Rebecca Edelman in studio. We're going to talk about what Empower Sports Group is. You don't know, but you're going to know everything about it. There's also a little interesting thing I'm going to tell people. Mike City's doing a piece on Rebecca. We're going to be able to watch that on Friday. Yeah, I got to put that out there. There's all kinds of stuff going on over at Empower Sports Group. Fish. Things are a-changing. Like Bob Dylan said, the times they are a-changing. Fish is not with us anymore. He's over with Rebecca. We're going to talk about what he's doing over there at Empower Sports Group. So this is going to be a fascinating segment. But before I get to that, I always got to tell all you people, you're in Memphis, Tennessee. It's pretty simple. There's 2 things to do this summer. Enjoy the pool because it's hot. It is really hot. Enjoy grilling out because your friends don't want to come over and swim and watch Bob smoke ribs because Bob can't cook. Okay? He might cook a good, steak, maybe a mean cheeseburger. But when it comes to ribs and barbecue, there's only one place to go, and that's Central Barbecue. But the thing is, it's not just one. There's 4 beautiful locations. The original Gangster on Central. Don't forget about the Bad Boy on Summer. We're taking all, downtown under control because they got it right behind the Civil Rights Museum. And then the beautiful new one right here on Poplar. You can't miss it. It's blue. It's beautiful. It's bright. It is Central Barbecue. And don't forget, if you want to be nice and ship that beautiful barbecue anywhere in the world, go to cbqmemphis.com. That's cbqmemphis.com. Very simple. Ship it. You're going to make somebody smile. I shipped it to a buddy of my man Ross in New York. He shipped me back. He loved the barbecue so much. He was like, that's the best thing I've ever had in my life. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He sent me back these dank designer tennis shoes. I was like, whoa.
It's a great Christmas gift.
That's a heck of a gift. The Central Barbecue is so amazing though. But always the one thing, remember, if you go to somebody's house, Fish, do you want to eat their cooked ribs?
I mean, I will, but
to be nice.
But I think it'd be smarter for everybody. A, you don't have to cook.
Yeah, you don't have to cook. You can tell people you cooked up.
And they're going to be better.
They are going to be a lot better. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best, baby. Telling you, you're going to love it. Now, I did have a problem this year with somebody trying to cook some ribs. Didn't enjoy it, and I flat out told them, next time I come over here, it better be Central Barbecue. I just was flat out straight up with them. Now, I got to know out there, all you people, we've been talking all day long, all day strong, straight up about everything that's been going on in the world. And we had the best smoke show, and I'm talking about the Home Run Derby last night. The Home Run Derby was probably one of the coolest things that I've ever seen at an all-star game, including the dunk contest with Michael Jordan back in the day against Dominique, or Spud Webb when he was doing his things. Old school all-star games. I'm telling you, I never was really into the all-star game, but I was really into last night's Home Run Derby. But I wanted to know this because I know you weren't a big Berman fan. Did you? Would you be surprised if Chris Berman actually was missed last night during the Home Run Derby? Because I missed him.
I think a lot of people did because I think you either liked Chris Berman or you didn't. There wasn't really an in-between. And I wasn't a huge fan.
You think of him about the NFL, but I didn't realize the place I was going to miss him was like last night when Jock Peterson
I'm sure there were a lot of people. I didn't.
Vlad Dito were doing their thing. I was like, dude, Berman is like, I need to hear his back. I was doing it over and over and over and over.
I didn't.
I was annoying everybody in the condo.
I didn't miss him, but I'm sure there were a lot of people that did because I think a lot of people liked them. Gaston asked the question last week about your Mount Rushmore of ESPN people, and most people had Chris Berman on there. So I think a lot of people love Chris Berman and probably missed him last night. I was not one of them.
Hey, yeah, I know. And now I got to know a little NBA. We got a lot of stuff going on. Change is happening everywhere. I want to bring in my girl Rebecca from Empower Sports Group. Rebecca, you noticed a little change a little bit in the NBA yourself, didn't you? Like the game, is it the same as it used to be? Like what happened to the big man?
What happened to the big man?
Yeah.
Then we get the 3-point. Right?
Yep, that's all they do. They shoot the three.
Basketball evolved too, baseball people.
Yes, in fact, golf, when they don't use that wooden
crazy,
club.
Isn't it?
The world evolves. By the way, speaking of evolving, you are now at Empower Sports Group Fish with Rebecca Edelman. And I want to know, Rebecca, what is Empower Sports Group and what do y'all want to change?
Well, let's not forget, too. I don't want to forget this. Don't forget about the outfit. Remember those nice short shorts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Socks?
Yeah, things change.
Do you remember the players who used to stay with the team for a whole dynasty?
Now we got arm sleeves, leg sleeves.
Yeah, but you have
free
players
agency.
Who are moving from team to team. You've got, where's my team?
Yeah.
I'm still a Pistons fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But where's my team?
And who's on my team?
Where's the team? Right. Who's on my team? Who's on my team tomorrow?
Right.
I don't know.
It's different.
So you like the bad boys back in the day?
Back in the day.
Oh, I like
way
Rebecca.
Back in the day. Way back in the day.
Wow.
So, and I still love them. I mean, Detroit, Motor City, that's where I'm from. So you were asking me what we're trying to change at Empower. So Empower, we started Empower just a couple of years ago.
Oh, I know.
I've been a lawyer for a long time, doing sports work for probably the last 10 years, working with players, and trying to help them develop their business sense and to kind of build their legacies and working with them on the business side. And
so you're not teaching them a jump shot?
I'm doing that too. It's hard to teach a guy a jump shot when he doesn't have the shots. He's got to put up a lot of shots in the gym to really, really get any better.
Right.
So, I've got a son who plays, and Fish knows my son, and I've had a son. My child's been playing basketball since he's 17 now. He's been playing basketball since he was like 5 years old. So I've had an opportunity to see young players, both boys and girls, kind of move their way through the competitive cycle in basketball, both with their teams, right? Their high school teams, their junior, middle school teams, their youth teams, and then also start to get into the AAU and the competitive amateur sports competitive cycle. And, it was a real eye opener, both as a parent and then someone on the team who, as a parent and as a lawyer, I was blessed with parents wanting my advice, counsel, my observations about what their kids were doing, decisions about, their kids and what teams they should play for, decisions about where they should go to college. What do you think about this?
Can I ask you something? Because I feel like there's, you bring up your child and you talked about how, you spent many years working with, athletes, and you bring up, your child specifically, and you're talking about how you want to change a lot of things socially, but you want to help these families and these athletes, financially and their business sense. Did you see the problem? Did you notice about all these, players, like the average of them going broke within the first 3 years?
I did.
After them, and did that kind of draw you into this?
Yeah, I mean, it was something I really wasn't that aware of. You hear stories about it, but when you've got, when you're encountering it with your clients, when your clients are asking you to make decisions, these, very high elite athletes who are professionals, who have not had the proper guidance and the, necessarily the set of tools.
Been taken care of since they were 17, a young boy.
Let's talk about that, John, because, that's one perspective, right? that since these kids were young, they've had others influencing them and moving them along. And here's what I've seen. I mean, you talk about the things that we want to change. And, the name of the company is, Empower. And the idea is really to not so much change, but to reclaim this idea that families, that these elite athletes that have been identified when they were very young, right, to help them be empowered to make their own decisions. And I think here's where I want to have a conversation with you about
I like that. They're making their own decisions. You're not controlling their decisions. You're helping them.
And so I think that's where I want to circle back on your comment about, for most of their lives, people have been doing things for them. I think, when you're a young kid, particularly we have a lot of, young elite athletes who are coming from sometimes single-parent homes. Their single parent isn't necessarily the one who's making the decisions for them, who is necessarily influencing them. I think one of the advantages that I have, and one of the, again, feel so blessed to be able to, be of great service to particularly moms. There are a lot of moms who are raising these elite athletes who need help and who need guidance and who need to be empowered so they can be at the table with their elite athlete, right? When they're making decisions about college, when they're making decisions about one and done, where they're making decisions about where they go to school, are they going to go overseas, are they going to go pro, what are they going to do? And, the experience that I've had, John, is that these kids, since they were young and that they've been identified as elite athletes, it's not so much that people are telling them what to do in a positive way. It's that these kids don't develop the skill set of taking care of themselves. So, they're told what to wear, they're told where to play ball, they're told what team to be on, what time to get up, when to sleep, when to eat, when to get in the car, when to travel, what team to play for, where to move. And so it's these children already, these kids, when you're thinking about it, young boys and young girls, they're not developing the skill sets to really be able to learn how to make decisions like I did when I was a kid.
No, it's so true, because when I was growing up, I had to make a lot of mistakes because I am one of those guys. Like, you could tell me 20 times, "Oh, that's hot. Don't you dare touch it." But I had to be that kid to touch it to make sure that gum was hot. I had to burn myself. And a lot of times, there's a difference between a young kid when you don't have nothing and you're making mistakes.
Right.
But when you have $100 million and you're making a bunch of mistakes, there's a lot of things that could go wrong.
But if no one's teaching you, if you don't have adults and mentors around you who are teaching you those things that are other than, how to make a jump shot, how to drive to the hole, right? How to shoot the three, how to, how to make a play. I mean, what we're finding is, that these kids, having kind of missed out on those kinds of skill sets, they become adults. And we say adults, these kids are like 18 years old who are going pro.
That is,
whether they go
they're
overseas,
young.
They're my son's age. They're not like, 25-year-old, business savvy, players who are entering the league. These are young kids who've had very little experience in kind of learning how to manage their own lives.
I just watched a 15-year-old girl in Wimbledon who can't drive a car literally take over the whole entire world. I mean, everybody was talking Coco golf. She's 15. Think about that, what we're talking about. Yeah. And honestly, if I'm in the sports industry, I've gone to school, I've made, like I said, many mistakes. If my daughter was a superstar athlete, in all honesty, 15 years old, and she just was over at Wimbledon, I wouldn't know what the bleep to do. I'd be like,
you call me.
Like, there's so much going on.
That's call Empower Sports Group.
Call me. First call Fish. Fish would call me. He does our communications, communicate with Fish, and then he would call us. And what we would do?
Take care of us.
Yeah, and what we would do is not just take care of you, but we would help you take care of yourselves and be on the team together and collaborate, So
I like that, on the team together.
Yeah,
collaborate. You're a team. Ooh.
It's not linear. It's not like me and I'm your agent or I'm your lawyer. It's that you've got needs, and I'm going to help you figure out what you need to do, what's best for you. That's it. I mean, that's what we want to. And there's a lot more to it. Our focus and our strategy is really on. Memphis is a perfect example. Being here in Memphis at this time, or really at any time, but being here in Memphis at this time. Talk about a place of grassroots talent, basketball talent here in town. I mean,
especially with Penny and Memphis, and
our ability to recruit, but just the town itself. The town is growing with the Grizzlies, with the young core, with the hustle. Now we've got all the ancillary sports. We've got soccer. We've got I mean, we've really
Yeah,
got it all.
FC 901
All we need to get,
got
all we need
soccer.
to,
I never believed that we'd actually have a soccer team in this city. And I mean, 20 years ago, talk about the landscape
Have you gone?
changing. Yes, I've gone to one.
It's
really fun.
It's a very unique atmosphere.
It's
entertaining.
I'm not going to lie to you. I had a great time. Now,
I'm not a huge soccer fan, but it was entertaining. And I mean, I'd to ask whether I'd go again. Absolutely, I would.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm surprised, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if you were in that school of thought, but when I was growing up, was soccer a sport you weren't really allowed to play?
soccer, for us, soccer was back then was like the lacrosse of now.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no one really.
Lacrosse
was
we
nowhere.
didn't play soccer down here.
Growing up, soccer is the
soccer
thing in
was-
St. Louis.
Soccer didn't even softball and baseball.
You'd be hard to find a kid in St.
Basketball
Louis.
always, of course.
Gabe,
Tube City.
you're from St. Louis. You grew up playing soccer.
Oh no,
No?
no, and it's kind of weird though. I was raised. I mean, there's a lot of people that play soccer out there.
But I mean, when I was a kid, I said maybe most, if not all, boys played and girls played.
I
soccer.
was a different case for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah,
So, I don't know if you can compare it to me because we've talked about it. Like my dad sort of had his
My dad told me
preconceived
you don't play soccer.
thoughts.
Really?
Like, yeah, dude, soccer's for
No, not
like,
me.
You can't even say these things now because he was back
Soccer's
then
for girls?
because the time has changed. Yes.
Yeah, no, it was huge in St. Louis.
USA just showed the soccer's for girls.
No, that's true. They
So,
did. They
soccer
got
really
that
is for
Gold
girls.
Cup,
Yeah.
baby.
My How about that? gosh.
World Cup domination. Yeah, they did a really good job, man. They really, really did. But back to your Empower. And by the way, it is M with a capital M. It's not EM, not Empower, not all that good stuff. It's just Empower. Go check them out on Twitter. It's beautiful, by the way. If you're following me, I've already tweeted about Rebecca. She is she's the one that runs everything. But can you tell me a little bit about what's Fish going to be doing?
Yeah, I don't. Let me tell you something. Team is team. It really is about the Empower vision and the mission of our company. So while I founded it and kind of have the primary movement forward in it, having the team around me and understanding what players and families need. You know what they need? They need good communications. Right?
That's where Fish comes in.
That's where Fish comes in on a lot of levels. They need good communications. They need good promotions. They need to understand how to manage social media. Nothing can be worse than having an elite athlete have a social
How
media
scary
platform.
is social media to you? And how, in all honesty, because this is something that having daughters, I am scared to death of. Like, I do not want to turn on one day and no, I could not handle being a Kardashian.
Let me tell you something. There's a lot of fear around social media for us for a lot of reasons. It's brought a lot of really great, globalized thinking to our kids. My son, his friends, the people I know more and have more access. The NBA is a great example. I mean, look at the draft. See how globalized
Dude, the NBA
has
owns
become.
the
Look at
social
players.
media.
It's created a lot of opportunity to have a globalized world and the ability to communicate. But it's also, created a.
It's a landmine, by the way. I mean, it's
It
like
is.
you could be you had a bad night. You had too many cocktails. You're in a bad mood. You read something that ticks you off. Next thing you know, you fired off. You don't even remember it. You wake up and you got 700,000 retweets, and you're like, "What did I do last night?"
And what happens if you're a lead basketball player? And
That's
you're
what I'm
something-
saying. You're in. Ooh,
I mean, you have to monitor it constantly because it doesn't matter how many times you can go through guidelines of what you should or shouldn't do, or know better. There could be that moment like you were talking about, and you throw something out there, and you could regret it for a long, long time. So, I mean, it's our job to monitor it, but because you never know if they'll slip up. They have the message. They understand what not and what to do and what to stay away from, but there still could be that human moment that cracks in their head where they feel like they need to get a message across that might not necessarily be the best thing to put on Twitter.
Yeah, and and Rob's that's Rob's expertise. I mean, we're sitting here with an iconic sports figure here in Memphis, but he also has he's got his hands up, going, who is that?
Yeah.
And seriously, and Rob also really brings to the table a lot to our organization because one of the central pillars of Empower is not to just empower players and families in order to enhance their professional lives, but their personal lives, and part of that is just about community. So, Rob is like for us and really everyone on our team, if you go and visit our site and you see who we're working with and you see who our other collaborators are, you'll know that everyone has some kind of stake in their community. And, of course, Rob with his son Colton with the Coco Foundation, he's really brought a lot of awareness to us about what it means to not just be in Memphis working as an iconic sports figure, but as a communitarian, raising awareness about things that are really important to all of us. And I'll tell you something, just think about this. Think about, kids, fans having access to sports, having access to the NBA, having access to the Forum, right? And they can't, they have, like Rob's son or others who, are on the autistic spectrum, they can't go to these events. So there are organizations out there that we're trying to raise awareness about how to make sports, events, things like that accessible to, accessible to
everybody.
Kids, to everybody.
That is absolutely beautiful. And that's the other thing I was going to say. And it is kind of like it's very hard to break into the old boys club, but it seems like you've kind of kicked down the door. I like how you're talking about you are the movement, and I know you are a lawyer, and I know you are their agent, and I know you can do all those things, but you almost feel like you almost are an educator, and you talk about your team, and it's not all about you, and it's about you, or, hey, it's me. It's about, hey, it's about all of us, all of us at Empower. Like, it's all of us that are going to be here to help you, and we're all going to help you and your family. I'm not just taking on this person as an agent. I'm taking on your entire family.
That's right. Yeah, it's your network because, in the end, basketball for any professional player, we hope they have a 10, 12, 15-year, lifespan in the game.
But even
sometimes
that's not a long part of your life.
You don't.
Right.
You need to be planning, You always be, it's like the game of basketball. You're kind of always in transition. And you better be in transition, and that's what we want to share with them is that, you want to be in transition.
Girl, she works in radio. You work in radio? Because that's the perfect transition right now. I got to go take a break to pay a few bills. Empower. That's Rebecca Edelman. She is.
Thanks, John.
Absolutely awesome. I appreciate you so much coming in here, bringing in my old buddy Fish. I really do appreciate that. Thanks, Rob, for coming in.
Man, my pleasure.
It was way too much fun. I can't wait to see what y'all do over there. Y'all better keep me informed. Now, I do want to tell the people out there who like watching Mike Seedy and stuff, when's that going to air? Because I know he's going to be doing a piece on you.
I believe Friday night is when it's going to air. They're going to shoot it tomorrow, and it'll air Friday.
If you've missed it, I know you've been driving down your car, probably listening to us, but if you didn't check out us on, the Facebook Live, you can check out the lovely Rebecca on Friday with Mike Seedy. Fish, you going to be there?
I'll be there as well, yeah.
Ooh, you going to have your styling, profiling shoes
He's
on?
He's always there.
No. I'll probably be wearing what I'm wearing now.
I love it. I appreciate y'all coming in. I wish you all the success in the world. Empower is going to be absolutely awesome. Again, thank you so much, Fish. Y'all have a blessed one. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. This is Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
There are more reasons to visit 117 Prime, Memphis' premier downtown dining destination that could possibly be covered in one 30-second radio commercial. For instance, it's not nearly enough to say that Prime has downtown's best oyster bar. It's not just an oyster bar. The oysters are served with house-made sauces you literally can't get anywhere else. It's not just oysters at Prime. It's also the amazing shrimp cocktail or lobster salad, or even the seafood tower with oysters, shrimp, lobster, tuna, crab, and smoked salmon. As always, if it's Prime, it's just better than anywhere else. Because after all, it's Prime.
Driving is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to control your destiny, and to choose your path. And now that freedom fits in the palm of your hand. It's called Ford Pass, the only app that gives you roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance that gives you, well, more freedom. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving. Built Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about getting flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and Connect Key app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 888-814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com. XMC, excellence in office solutions.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. University Plastic Surgeons is proud to offer Cool Sculpting at 25% off. Freeze away your fat with the world's #1 non-invasive fat reduction treatment. You'll see results without surgery or downtime. Cool Sculpting is FDA cleared, safe, and effective. University Plastic Surgeons offers this simple in-office treatment. This non-invasive 45 to 60-minute procedure can actually be performed on your lunch hour. 25% off treatments until July 31st. Go to utuniversityplasticsurgeons.com or call today to schedule your consultation. 350-4858. 350-4858.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Lay down low. I'm going to give me a big woolly mammoth. I'm telling y'all, people, if you watch 60 Minutes, they brought that dude. They showed like a secondary version of that crazy Siberian scientist and him reincarnating that woolly mammoth. He's bringing it back, he said, with like 5 years. I know they're going to take it to, what is it called? I think like Prehistoric Park or whatever they're calling it. But I'm going to give me a woolly mammoth one day. But anyway, welcome back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I hope y'all have been having a fun day like I have been. I've been hanging out with my man Rob Fisher in studio. That was really cool because we also got to meet his new employer. That's Empower Sports Group. We also got to meet Rebecca, the owner, the entrepreneur, the lawyer, the one who is running it. But like she says, it's all about her team. So Rebecca Edelman is her name and Fish is his game, and they are together, but they have a whole team over at Empower, and they're there to change the game. Check them out on Friday. Mike City's doing a piece, so check them out also on Twitter, man. If you're following me, I retweeted it. You know, Fish at the Fish Nation, all that good stuff, simple stuff. Find us, Empower Sports Group. You will absolutely love them. Now, I got to get to my favorite segment of the day. Everybody knows Hardwood is the best because it feels so good. Nobody can say no to Hardwood. But before I get there, I always have to tell y'all that it's very, very important to thank the people that make this possible. 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. And you know my buddy Bill at I Buy Them Houses. That's right. He buys them. He sells them. Bing, a bang, a boom. It don't matter. But the key is you need to sell your house. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold it. Serious as a heart attack. All you have to do is call 901-406-1101. If you say it with me, you'll probably remember it. It's very simple. 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. You give him a call. He'll buy your house. Guaranteed 5 days y'all close. How you like that? So if the person at the bank is calling and saying, if you don't pay me, we're going to foreclose on you in 2 weeks. That's annoying. It happened to me like 11 years ago. Amen. I called 901-406-1101. Bing, bang, boom. Bill came over. 5 days later, I was strutting like I owned the joint. Because I did own the joint. He paid for it. I walked in there, paid off the entire loan, kept the rest till I got back on my feet, put a down payment on a new house. Didn't hurt my credit. Life was beautiful. 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. I don't care if you think you're underwater. He is the fixer. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. And he gives you and me hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
I don't know if I want to say it like that again. No, you know I love you, Bill. But now we are going to have some fun, and I got to talk about lunacy.
No, but seriously, please don't say it.
Don't say it like that. Yeah. Now, I'm going to actually, at the very, very end, in the last story, we're going to tell a story that has a little bit of audio to it, and it's going to remind us of some of the greatest all-time national anthems. Now, this was at a minor league baseball game.
It was at a AAA. They're in the Pacific Coast League.
Yes.
It's the El Paso Chihuahuas.
The Chihuahuas.
Well, we got to get to it because I just have to know if it's the worst anthem ever.
Now, see, everybody, this is
There's
what
been
I want.
bad ones.
I want them to tweet it, and I'm going to give them a little bit of time, so we're going to play it at the end a little bit because I want to know. It's like Carl Lewis is up there for the worst, in my opinion.
Fergie.
Roseanne Barr. Fergie, I forgot about Fergie. I don't even remember what Fergie do.
It was just bad.
It was just a nightmare?
Yeah, it was just a bad one.
Okay, I can't remember. Oh, wait, yeah, I know.
NBA All-Star Game, they were all laughing at her.
Yeah, everybody was
that.
laughing at her because she was like doing her own rendition. Well, this is just a poor old guy who doesn't even know the words. It's pretty sad, but we're going to talk about that. It is absolutely hilarious, and I can't wait to do it. Now, Pete Alonso, last night was a slugger. He was a baller. He did all kinds of great things, but I also want to tell you something that I found out last night. So I'm sitting here, I'm watching the Pete Alonso knock home runs like they're going out of style, and then I look around on my little phone like we all do because we get on our Twitter, right? Yeah, you watch your home runs, people see Twitter. Guess what I found out last night? Did you know that Urban Meyer is going to co-host a podcast?
I did see it. It's about leadership.
Dude, hold on. I got to read this to you because this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, Urban bleeping Meyer. You know Urban Meyer, right? Urban Liar. Urban, who coached, that wonderful person in Aaron Hernandez. Now, if you want to sit there and say, well, he coached Tim Tebow too. Well, dude, he's coached, let's just be real. I hate to say this, but the morals and standards basically be damned with him. If you could play football...
And let's not talk about his coaching staff last year.
His coaching staff can be women.
Let's not get on that.
Dude, he literally had future murderers and known wife beaters on his, staff and team. Never mind.
Riley Cooper had some racist comments.
And Riley, there's so much stuff.
There's
so many things. I'm going to vomit. But this is what I wanted to read to everybody because this is where it makes... This is the fun thing last night. So I'm watching the Smoke Show with Pete. This is right after the Vlad show and Jock Peterson show. Pete just won the Bad Boys, so now I'm kind of bored. I'm looking up, and then I see this, and I'm like, no bleeping way. And here's what it says. The Urban Meyer podcast, and it says, will be this focused, it's called Focus 3 Podcast. And here's what it says, and I want to quote this to make sure I get this right. Oh, this is crazy. How to build elite leadership, culture, and behavior in teams and organizations.
Something he did the opposite of.
Hold up. Wait, can I read that again?
All his teams were good, but boy, did they have problems off the field.
I'm going to do a podcast called Focus 3 Podcast, and it's going to be how to build elite leadership, culture, and behavior in teams and organizations. Again, I just want to ask this one question one more time. You had no standards when it came to coaching. Again, you had future murderers, known wife beaters on your staff, and known to you for a long dang time.
I don't know if I can hold
Tom Rinaldi. Did you see the piece?
Yeah, but I don't.
Dude,
the Aaron Hernandez
I'm
thing.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, dude. Okay, look.
But no, I completely
I'm just
agree.
telling you.
Like the rest of the stuff.
I'm bringing that because that's just like a cherry on top. I can name the 23 people that were arrested in one season as he was coach at Florida. I don't want to sit there and name 23 people's names. But I can sit there and say, you remember Aaron Hernandez, and basically that's all I got to say. Boom! Leave it at that. Cow!
Of all the college coaches to do a thing about leadership, do a podcast about leadership and creating leaders, I don't know if Urban Meyer is at the top of my list. I don't even know. I mean, he's probably near to the bottom. Right there with Art Briles.
Like, this is kind of confusing. This is like what I was always thinking. Like, I'm going to tell you, this is totally offbeat, and I don't know how I got here, and I don't know how to make sense, but this is how my brain works. And I don't know why Urban Meyer's podcast made me think of this. But I was thinking to myself, if I'm Ray J, and I'm looking at Kardashians making all that money, and I know about, Kanye West and how crazy he is and how fast he'll come back.
Man, 50% of that Ray J did. Huh?
Ray J,
that's what you're getting at?
He made the Kardashians, so he needs to come back with Kanye will always be my you-know-what. So sloppy. What do you think? Would that not be a rap that would make millions of dollars? He would be in the news. He would be like, you talk about making bank. Ray J's back, yo.
You know Ray J had a song sort of explaining that he did it first. I think it was called...
That's what I was talking about.
It was called I Hit It First.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Like Pete Alonso, he got to hit the home runs last night. Bam!
Yeah.
Like Vladdy Dottie and Jock Peterson. There is 312 home runs hit last night.
The Kardashians need to thank Ray J, though.
Yeah, they do.
That's what you're getting at.
Basically, yeah.
End of the day.
Basically, and I don't know how I got there either. And I think it's because today's O.J. Simpson's birthday, and they always make me think of the Kardashians because of the rumor that O.J. is the
that he tried to debunk via Twitter. Did he do that on Twitter?
His first tweet.
Yeah,
his first tweet in his life. This is by the way. We're talking with Rebecca Edelman earlier of Empower Sports Group. She's going to change the game. She wouldn't take OJ as a client, but the first thing she would have suggested, I would think, was don't get on Twitter, homie. Because don't get on Twitter. And then don't explain that you're not the Kardashians.
In your first tweet.
In your first tweet. Yo, I am not. I can't even think of the sister's name. The Lamar, I always think of
Chloe.
her. Chloe, thank you. I am not Chloe's dad. Because I was not with Chris. Like, are you kidding me? That's your first tweet? And did you see how many people retweeted it? A lot. I think I liked it. Just because I wanted people in case they wanted to see it.
Do you follow OJ right now?
No. I do apologize. I don't follow OJ.
There's a lot of people. I'm going to go check. I'm going to go check how many followers.
I'm pretty sure I don't follow OJ. I follow everybody back because I'm nice. But then a lot of people stop following me, but I'm funny. Hush. But O.J. Simpson's birthday is the same day as Tom Hanks. Talk about like different sides of the spectrum.
O.J. Simpson has 844,000 followers on Twitter.
What?
Man.
There's that many loonies out there?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's loonies, but they just want to see what comes out. They want to see what comes out next.
Out of his mouth.
It's like watching a crash.
Yeah, it really is. It is definitely like watching a train wreck. He is a
He has tweets about the Democratic debate, what he thought about it. I mean, it's really funny, honestly. A little bit of comic relief.
By the way, people really want to know about what he thinks about, I'm sure. Now, I got to say, please tell me, did anybody know that Kevin Love didn't have a dad bod? Because when he plays, doesn't he look like he has a dad bod?
Remember, he used to have it at UCLA, and then he was like the 2010 guy, like 20 point 10 rebound guy when he was in Minnesota. But now he's
dude.
thin.
Have you seen this?
He's wired.
Look at this. This is him. That doesn't look like Kevin Love. Everybody out there, go check out what Kevin Love is tweeting. Kevin Love, yeah, he has supermodel money. But he don't have no supermodel looks.
I honestly think once he stopped getting pudgy, that's when he got worse at basketball, though.
But it's probably true. It is. But now, he doesn't matter because now he's got a guaranteed contract. He's richer than you know what. Now he's dating supermodels, and he's flexing with a six-pack. I thought he was straight up dad bod all the way. Sorry, I was shocked. Now,
I just eat too many carbs, man. Can't do it.
Dude, I can't believe that's Kevin Love. I just think of him as a pudgy dude. But, man, wow. Now, please tell me you saw, like, all the crazy people talking about, like, everybody was talking about yesterday was the United States women and the soccer team and money and all that stuff. Remember that yesterday? You remember all that talk? You were here yesterday, right?
Of course I was.
Hey, I just saw my man John, I think. Did he just walk by?
Sure did.
Yo, what's up, John? Sorry about that. I had to say hello. But, no, for real.
A lot of movement in the Family Leisure studio today.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I had to say hello. But anyway, we were talking a lot about yesterday and about how the United States women don't make, as much as the men, and people were going crazy about that yesterday, and we were talking about that. Well, you know what people were going crazy about today? About money? Tobias Harris equals to Khalil Max. Odell Beckham? What? He doesn't even equal Ian. I don't even know who this guy is in the NBA. And then they're saying Markelle Fultz, which is true. He makes more than Zeke Elliott. Now, what in the world happened all of a sudden in the last 24 to 48 hours where everybody and their grandmother got in all everybody else's business about how much they making? Like, what's going on?
We can't compare NBA to NFL right now either. Like, that's just not.
And again, why are we going to sit here and have these arguments about how Carson Wentz doesn't even make as much guaranteed money as so-and-so and blah, 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 blah. Okay, hold on. This one dude, this is so funny. He says Chris Paul is not, okay, it is true. So Chris Paul's contract will pay for Patrick Mahomes 20 times. Now, that's pretty interesting. Now, I understand, but dude, get out of people's business and don't start now. Today, am I going to be an NFL racist or something, or a sexist because I'm complaining about the NFL players? Like, dead gummit, yesterday I got beat up.
Yeah, you did, but I don't think people understand the intricacies of what
the people who actually read and listened did.
I mean, there is a problem, but it's not the problem everybody's trying to address right now with the FIFA World Cup.
Absolutely. And now it is time to, before we listen to this amazing audio about this guy singing, I just wanted to say, when you come back, you have to tell people about what happened in the UFC ring and a dude's knee. And I'm going to just leave it at that. This story that you're going to hear from Gabe, and I got to let him tell it because I didn't see it. But when he told it, I was like, whoa. And I just got to, I just want to give a big old, whoever this dude is one of the baddest dudes on planet Earth. We're going to talk about him on the other side. But y'all text me during the break at the First Bank text line at 67129.
Is this the worst?
Is this the worst?
Oh, say can you see through the perilous star? Oh, what problem we serve for our greatest destiny. To say can you see through the lonely light what a servant we have.
Oh, dude, I got to rescue this guy. Like, everybody right now is crying. Like, did nobody go out there and help this old man? Like, the video makes me want to cry.
So cringy, man.
It is so not, where's the sweet girl that goes out there and helps sing it with him? Like, where is, dude, do you remember the coach that went out there? What was it, Mo Cheeks, that went out there with the little girl?
Yeah, when she was having trouble.
When she was having trouble. That was like one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Like, somebody had to go rescue this poor old man. He was all by himself, and you could tell he was nervous, he was shaking, and he forgot all the words. Like, he just was humming the tune. Oh, man, that breaks my heart. Always help your fellow man. Remember that. Help your fellow man.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the lyrics, don't sing it.
I saw it, and I'm sorry. I don't really, I don't like the national anthem being botched, but that was funny. I'm sorry. It was a little bit funny. I have to get a couple chucks out before I say sorry about it. You know what I mean? I have to laugh first.
I just don't understand, though, literally how nobody went and rescued him. By the way, this went on until he finished. And that's the scary part. I saved
you. Have all the players tapping each other. You hearing this?
And he's seeing it. I saved y'all. Why didn't somebody save him? Whatever y'all do, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Duncan Williams Investment Bankers presents The Doobies at Live at the Garden this Saturday, July 13th at the beautiful Memphis Botanic Garden. One night, The Doobies, all the hits. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, visit liveatthegarden.com. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 8:30. Also presented by FedEx, True Green, Infinity of Memphis, Regions Bank, Radiance, Pro Show, Mahaffey Tent, and PDR. That's The Doobies at Live at the Garden this Saturday, July 13th at the Botanic Garden.
Memphis's hometown event is being elevated to one of the biggest events on golf's calendar. The World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational makes its debut at TPC Southwind, July 24th through 28th. Don't miss PGA Tour superstars Justin Thomas, Brooks Koepka, and more.
Join me, Dustin Johnson, when I return to TPC Southwind. Tickets are on sale at WGCFedEx.com.
I apologize for my behavior in this Walmart grocery pickup commercial because I just got my groceries and I'm hungry. When you pick up groceries this fresh, you just got to eat. Am I right? And I didn't have time to shop in store, so I ordered online when it was convenient and then used free curbside pickup to get these baby carrots brought to me without even leaving my car. No extra charge and freshness guaranteed. Speaking of fresh. Oh, man. Try not to order when you're hungry. Walmart grocery pickup. $30 minimum. Restrictions apply. If you're not happy with your order, contact customer care for a refund.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their